Do you sometimes feel at the mercy of your thoughts, emotions, and goddamn craving? If so, well, you're not alone because most people name lack of willpower as the number one reason they struggle to meet their weight loss goal. But fortunately for us, advance in science and latest research has given us specific advice on how to increase our willpower. What's up, guys and gals? My name is Fred, and yes, today we're going to talk about willpower, how you can have more willpower. Just like everything I'm doing on my channel and my blog, I'm looking at the latest science, whether it's habit formation and now in this case, willpower. And I make it concrete for those who want to lose weight, for those who want to get in shape. And willpower is going to be super helpful to you because, well, you know the quote, motivation is what gets you started, habit is what may help you keep going, something like that. And you know sometimes motivation is not really there, or just because it's an emotion, it's there one day and the other day it's not there, so it's not super, you can't rely on motivation, right? You know that. So but willpower is something you can rely on, so that's why I think it's going to be super helpful for you to learn more about. And by the way, contrary to popular belief, willpower is not something you have or you have not. It's not something you're born or you're not born with. Think of willpower more like a skills. It's something you can acquire, and it's something that you're going to acquire. So before I give you one technique to boost your willpower, maybe we should start by defining what willpower exactly is. So in her book, The Willpower Instinct, Katie McGonigal talk about the fact that it's like if we have two self. We have an immediate self and a future self, and both self have different desire, and that cause problem. Willpower is your ability to recognize those problem and to take the good choice. Example, we have an immediate self that want, by the way, your immediate self always want things now, wants to escape stress now, wants pleasure now. And your future self hope for a better future. So you have a future self that maybe wants to buy the new iPhone now, but you also have a future self that would like to have more money, that would like to save money. You have an immediate self that would like to eat a delicious dessert now, but you also have a future self that would like to get in shape. You have an immediate self that would like to watch Netflix now, but you have a future self that said that he was going to start walking and get exercise. So as you can see, and she also described that most of the problem we have in life, it's because of that. It's because we have two self, an immediate self that want things now and a future self that would like a better future. So willpower is your ability to recognize in the moment that you have a problem, you have a conflicting goal, you have conflicting desire. And willpower is your ability to recognize that and to take the choice that is more in line with what you care the most, with your goal that you care the most. So that's really what willpower is. And today we're going to talk about one technique, one tips. It's really the fastest way to boost your willpower in the moment. All right, so how you can have more of it, right? The fastest way to have more willpower in the moment is to breathe properly. Believe it or not, we've lost the way to breathe properly. Since we've moved from a sedentary lifestyle, and since we don't move much like we used to, we now tend to take short and quick breath, shallow breath. So instead of breathing with the belly and to take long and deep breath, we now tend to take breath from the chest and to take quick and short breaths. That the fact that we take shorter breath cause our stress level to go up, and that's not good for willpower. So this technique to have more willpower, the fastest way to have more willpower is to take deep breath from your belly, because as you remember, our immediate self want things now, and this more represent a state of stress. We want to escape stress. When someone binge, it's a kind of stress, and you binge to release that stress, and really, because a state of stress, it's a state that wants you to be impulsive. Have you ever noticed how when we were stressed, it's almost like if we lose a part of our brain. Like last time I've tried to talk to a pretty girl, maybe 100 years ago, I've lost my mind. That's always doing that. Think about maybe an interview, or I don't know. When we're really stressed, it's like if we lose a part of our brain and we turn dumb. But that's because stress, the job of stress is to make you more impulsive. And more impulsive equal your immediate self. And well, your immediate self, it's not it's not the good self that will help you get in shape, that will help you lose weight. So the fact that we are now tend to take short, quick breath, raise our stress level. To have more willpower, the fastest way to have more willpower is to take deep breath from your belly. That will calm you, and that will also that by doing that it activates your prefrontal cortex, and that's the part of your brain more responsible for planning, for decision making. It's also the part of your brain that will help you connect with your future self. That will help you in the moment to recognize that that's what I want to do. That's what I care the most about. That's what I will do. And you will also have more. It will be more easy to do what you need most to do. But the problem is that, well, it's easy to like it's a super simple technique, right? But what you're going to have to do is to remember to breathe properly before you have a craving or before you need willpower. So really, what we're going to do right now, it's break down this into three steps. Now I want you to think back about, because as you can see, it's pretty easy, right? To think about to breathe properly. But the problem is that since breathing is a habit, we we don't really you won't think maybe when it's going to be to when you're going to need willpower, you won't think about your breath. So that's why you want to right now to think to make something that is going to help you remember to breathe properly at the right time. So right now you should think back about the past 2 months and think back about the time you wish you had more willpower. My guess is that you're going to see patterns. Is it when you come back from work that you would like to start walking, but when you come back from work you're tired and well you procrastinate, and that's the time you wish you had more willpower? Or is it when you eat dinners and that when the dessert arrives you eat too much dessert and you wish you had more willpower to eat less dessert? So think back about the past month. See every patterns, every recurring situation where you wish you had more willpower. Now what you're going to do is you want to create a kind of statement to help you remember to breathe properly before the time you wish you had more willpower. So let's say the example of dessert, that I would like to eat smaller dessert. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to say every time I eat dinner, I want every time it's dinner times, before I finish my dinners, I will think about paying attention to my breath and to take 10 deep breaths from my belly. And now I'm going to repeat that 10 times just because I want this statement, I want to remember that. This technique is easy. You just have to do something to remember that, because the time you wish you had more willpower are probably time where it's your immediate self that is at work. So you almost lost your ability to connect with your future self. So that's why you want to create a kind of trigger that will help you remember to breathe properly just a little bit before you wish you had more willpower. By doing that, so let's say I'm going to eat dinner. Now I will remember to breathe properly. And it will boost my willpower in the moment and will help me to take a proper choice, to not binge and to take a big dessert. That's really the only thing. I had broke down 3 steps. So really, well, yes, the step number one is to recognize those patterns, where because there's probably recurring pattern. So you want step one is to recognize those patterns. Step two is to really make a kind of statement. Make a statement that is specific to you and your situation. The more specific, the better. Repeat that statement 10 times. Every time I'm come back from work, before I arrive home, I will think about paying attention to my breath and take 10 deep breaths from my belly. Write down the statement 10 times. Step number three, if you want to go a step further, if you want to, yes, go a step further. Hey. If you want to go a step further, when you're going to take those 10 breaths, think back, think about why you're doing that. That's really the best thing you could do. But during those 10 breaths, during the time you take 10 deep breaths, think about why you're doing this. Think about why it matters that you're going to take a walk, why it matters that you don't take a big of dessert. And most importantly, think after you've took those 10 breaths, tune into how you feel. Pay attention to the stress that have decreased. Pay attention to the willpower that have increased. This is really important. If you want to apply this technique into your life, I suggest that you read the article in my blog. It's about just that, but reading more about it will help you to master it. Also, if you want to learn more about habit formation and willpower in order to lose weight, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That was simply one tips from one books, but there's more tips and there's more books. So yes, really on that, I'm also on a journey. This journey is about helping you, and I'm not saying this lightly. So I wish you the best and crush it in your journey. Bye bye.